Thank you very much.
Thank you. Is there anyone else in chambers that did not sign up or would like to speak? Yes, sir.
Good evening, my name is Dylan Solomons. I'm with Penrose Development Company, working with the county and with staff to develop the legal project. This is night in favor of the project, the tremendous work that's going into it by the community, engaging development process. They come up with a 164-unit plan for affordable housing, and creation of the daycare, top of the hill, 7 parks and playground for the inside and confines of the property, responsible transportation on continuously go up, moving a gate at Glen Street to limit traffic and only control emergency access, as well as a traffic light. So as part of the process, we continue to engage the community. We appreciate all the insight that comes back, commit to developing the project in a way that is responsive to community feedback moving forward in that process. Thank you.
Thank you. Is there anyone else in chambers that would like to speak that did not originally sign up? Ask one more time, is there anyone in chambers that did not sign up that would like to speak? Okay. So we're going to move to attendees that will be attending virtually. Is there anyone that is attending virtually that would like to speak? Do you have anyone that signed up?
Excuse me, I just got an email, there's no audio for this entire live stream. Yeah, but work the whole time. So that's a big problem. Yeah, but that's the second time. I'm sorry, but we need to reschedule. I mean, I just got an email saying that nobody could hear anything.
Sir, as long as there is a
Excuse me.
recording,
Nobody heard
it can
anything.
go up
It's a
later.
public hearing.
Okay. So I'm going to move to those that have been attending virtually.
That's why.
Rebecca Zankin?
Hi, can everyone hear me?
Yes.
They can hear us.
Thank you. Okay, my name's Rebecca Zengen. I'm a resident of Kingston in Ward 3. I've also worked in affordable housing policy for over a decade, but this testimony is just my personal views as a private citizen. And so I want to start by saying I'm a staunch advocate for affordable housing. I'd like to see more of it in my neighborhood. But as I have shared in prior meetings at the city and county level, I really have deep concerns about public land being transferred to a private for-profit entity. This rezoning would allow Penrose, as the ultimate owner, to reap additional value from this public land. And before the county and the state spend millions of taxpayer dollars on this project, and before the city approves a lucrative rezoning, I think the public needs assurances. So I want to focus on the long-term use and affordability of the project. After receiving this rezoning, what guarantees does the public have that Penrose will continue to operate the property as affordable housing, or even with the public good in mind? Though Penrose has stated in public meetings that affordable housing is, quote, in their DNA, can we really rely on their word alone? The low-income housing tax credit, LIHTC, compliance period is 15 years, and the New York State Homes and Community Renewal Regulatory Agreement may require an extended affordability period, although that question needs to be answered. But after that period expires, there would be nothing stopping Penrose from converting the property to market rate housing, reaping a great financial reward from this rezoning. Perhaps a covenant on the land or some other protective measures should be considered. I know that we desperately need affordable housing now, but we will also need it in the future, and we can't be short-sighted here, especially given that this is public land where the county and the city have leverage. 15 or even 30 years might seem like a long time in the future, but there's really a current crisis nationwide of expiring affordability periods in LIHTC properties, such as those proposed for this site. Many states and communities are losing affordable housing faster than they build it because private for-profit developers are taking it out of affordability after the regulatory period expires. The National Low Income Housing Coalition is doing research on this, and I think they're publishing a report this fall. I also understand this project is meant to provide housing for people with incomes ranging from 30%
3 seconds.
to 130% of the area median income. And we need much more detail on how many units will be created at each income tier. How many people who are currently being evicted and displaced from Kingston will be able to call Golden Hill home when it's completed? How many apartments will be created for people working minimum wage jobs and on fixed incomes? I think we need greater transparency around this project and a serious discussion on the long-term use and public benefit before you can approve a rezoning. Thanks.
Thank you, Rebecca. Is there anyone? Is there any other who want to speak? Alona R.
Thank you. Yes, everything was,
Alona, can you state your name and your address, please?
sure, Ilona Ross, Olive Ridge, New York. So everything was muted before, so I could not hear. I don't know what other people said, but I will just say that the infrastructure issues are somewhat overwhelming. The traffic issue, I was shocked to see an article, a newspaper article from the 1970s talking about, the traffic problem. So it existed then and it hasn't been solved since the 1970s. So it's not like the city of Kingston or the county hasn't known about this issue with the intersection to Golden Hill. And then there's also the water problems, the lack of, the fact that the water floods everywhere. And, of course, that, Penrose is being given way too much money, ARPA money, and basically it's, it looks to be an issue of optics, like, oh, let's get affordable housing and see if we can get some votes. And really, it may not be the best project. I think that the only other speaker I heard was the previous speaker, and she made a lot of sense. So, thank you.
Next speaker. Okay, so we don't have any other speakers online. And just so you know, we understand that there was an audio problem, but we will have a live recording with audio as soon as it's available. We'll post it to the website. If no one else would like to speak, then we are going to close this portion of our public hearing. Thank you.
I'd like to say
Well, sir, you already, well, we're not going to have anyone that spoke already.
I'll wait.
Again, thank you. Okay, we're going to close this public hearing at 6:59. Thank you for your attendance tonight.